There's only a total of 27 minecarts in Terraria, with the majority of them being pre-hard mode. Which are the best? Well, quite a few minecarts have either good buffs, cool effects, or just look good in general. In this video, I'll be ranking every variant of minecart there is, ranging from F tier to S tier. The first minecart you start with and don't even have to equip. It accelerates at 6.75 tiles per second squared until it reaches a max speed of 37.5 tiles per second, which makes it one of the slowest minecarts in the game. That pretty much sums up why it's the worst Terraria minecart, so I think it's an easy F tier. An even slower minecart is the digging mole cart. You can get this from the geologist for 50 gold after filling 189 entries in the bestiary. That's pretty annoying, but don't worry, it gets better. It accelerates at a measly 4.5 tiles per second squared up to a max speed of 22.5 tiles per second. So yes, it technically is the slowest minecart in the game, however, it has a very useful ability to mine blocks while placing rails when anywhere underground. I think this could be a really useful minecart if you ignore the cost and the bestiary entries. This feels closer to S tier, but mainly because of its slow speed and condition, I think it's better as an A tier. Okay, those were the only minecarts that have a different acceleration and max speed. All other carts have an acceleration of 9 tiles per second squared and a max speed of 48.75 tiles per second. Speed isn't the only thing that matters though. There's more with cool effects and a few that provide a buff. There's actually an item that buffs every minecart in the game, but I'll go over that later. For now, I'll go over the rest of the pre-hard mode minecarts. The first minecart you'd likely get is just called minecart and is made out of 15 iron or lead bars and 10 wood. It's really basic, just a simple upgrade to the default wood minecart, so D tier. Next up are the ladybug and sunflower minecarts. These have a 6.67% chance to spawn in living wood chests, which is quite rare, so you probably won't end up finding either of these, but if you do, they're at least a bit better than no minecart at all. I feel like these are leaning more towards F tier, but I will keep them at the edge of D tier. The shroom minecart has a 50% chance to drop from mushroom chests. It also emits a very low light, which isn't anything crazy, but I personally think it's a nice touch. C tier. So these next 7 are gem minecarts and are grouped together. They're all made with their respective large gem, which can be crafted with 15 of that gem. All of these minecarts release sparkles of their color. They're amethyst, topaz, sapphire, emerald, ruby, amber, and diamond minecarts. I think these are pretty cool, although it's a bit disappointing that they all act the same despite having different gem rarities. C tier. The coffin minecart is made from 5 iron or lead, 10 raw chunks of vertebrae, and 10 wood. The only reason you need to get this minecart is the coffin dance. Okay, jokes aside, I don't really see much appeal to this minecart, so more of a D tier. Now the desert minecart. This does have a 6.67% chance to spawn in desert chests, but desert chests are somewhat abundant in the underground desert. I think this minecart looks alright, but not something I would choose when I actually play. D tier. The party wagon is sold by the party girl for 10 gold. It releases confetti particles and has a nice balloon animation that moves the faster you go. I think it's a pretty nice minecart for what it is. B tier. The bee minecart is found in ivy chests. They gave it a bit of an animation for the wings. I think this would have been better as a queen bee drop if it gave the player some sort of bee buff. Not the honey buff, but maybe gliding to go with the wings. So this is a C tier. The demonic hellcart has a 10% chance of being obtained from shadow chests in the underworld after you have obtained the shadow key from the dungeon. You can also fish for it in obsidian and hellstone crates with a 5% chance. This is actually a pretty good pre-hard mode minecart, considering that it gives you the same buff as the lava charm for 7-second immunity to lava. It also has purple glowing particles at low speeds. This is probably one of the best and also my favorite pre-hard mode minecart. S tier. Really quick everyone, I'm a small channel trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe. Thank you if you do. Now, let's continue with the video. The minecart, pun intended, has a 1.67% chance to be obtained from every quest you complete for the angler. This is already pretty low, but as not many people like fishing, this probably isn't a viable option for you. It does actually prevent the slowdown in water and has a nice little fish animation, but unless you plan to fish, this minecart is just not worth the trouble. A low B tier. Next is the fart cart. This cart is made from whoopee cushion and a minecart. As you could probably guess by the ingredients, this toilet type cart creates fart noises. It also comes with some fart particle effects when jumping or hitting a bumper. Enough said, C tier. Okay, so that's everything from pre-hard mode, but there's still 7 more included with hard mode. This is where it gets more interesting. So a pig run minecart has a 1% chance to drop from a pig run. This is really rare, especially on top of the fact that pig runs themselves are already extremely rare. This minecart is nothing special except for maybe a description and a slightly interesting look. Other than that, it's really just a normal minecart. Honestly, do yourself a favor and forget this minecart exists. It's not worth your time to grind for. F tier. The Dutchman has a 5% chance to drop from the Flying Dutchman during the pirate invasion. This is rare, but it's definitely worth it if you want it. It is a pirate flag that flutters faster with more speed. It's a nice design, so I think it's a solid A tier. The Steampunk minecart is sold from the Steampunker for 10 gold. It emits smoke and turns its wheels to make it look similar to a train. It would be cool if we could actually pull stuff behind it like a train too, like carts or chests or something, but I still like it anyways. A tier. So the mechanical cart actually comes with an overall boost to minecarts in general, as I mentioned something did before. Although it is technically a normal minecart on its own, it comes in the minecart upgrade kit that you can make after defeating all the mechanical bosses. The boost brings your acceleration to 22.5 tiles per second squared, your max speed to 75 tiles per second, gives you up to an extra 7 defense depending on your speed, increased collision damage, and it shoots lasers that deal 60 damage each. The cart itself also looks pretty cool and releases red particles. I think it's a high S tier. Another minecart is the Beetle minecart, which is crafted from minecart and 8 beetle husks. I feel like the cart should give you defense to relate more to beetle armor. This cart is nothing out of the ordinary, but it does release gray particles, making it look more like a car maybe. So a decent minecart, but it could have been better considering its stage in the game. B tier. As if wasting your broken hero sword on a Terra toilet wasn't enough, you can go one step further and make a Terra fart cart with both that and the fart cart. It has the same design as the fart cart, just with the colors of a Terra item. Huge waste? Maybe. But come on, you gotta show off to your friends somehow, even if it's riding in a giant green toilet. S tier. The final minecart in Terraria is a drop from Moonlord, the Meowmer minecart. This minecart is a cat that releases a rainbow behind it and rainbow particles when braking. It also makes meowing noises when jumping. This is the type of thing people would ride while using a Meowmer with it as a combo. Ridiculous and pointless. This is an S tier. Which minecart is actually the best on its own? Well, it came down to the digging mole cart in terms of usefulness. The mechanical cart doesn't count since the buff is technically separate and applies to every minecart anyways. Which minecart do you think is the best? Tell me in the comments. I know raking minecarts isn't the craziest video idea out there, but I wanted to try it out. If you like this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell. Thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one on HayHay-Gaming.